Hi everyone, Coyote Montana here. Now, there's these things called documents and documentaries. Now, what are documents and documentaries? It's like something that they fill out on something that they're talking about. So, like how that companies actually fill out documents on something like this or that and everything. And documentaries is like something that they talk about from histories and everything, and not just something, but that can be part of it too. Documents, of course. I've actually did watch a bunch of documentaries, and they're actually pretty good. They actually talks about documentaries on everything, something part around the parts of the world, histories, and everything. Like there's a lot of documentaries of Titanic. A lot of them, of course. They couldn't even stop doing it because it's part of history, of course. They also did documentaries about Britannic and the Lusitania, and also the documentaries of the 9/11 attack. Whew. Yeah, because I noticed that in the DVD of World Trade Center, based on the true event, it actually had an insert, and it has like a paper thing in there, and it has a documentary of it on DVD about the 9/11 attack, of course. Just fixing this up, of course. But yeah, but there's also a lot of documentaries that they mentioned about. They did documentaries about the birth of our planet and the pyramids and everything. Heck, they even did a lot of documentaries about Yellowstone and in Wyoming. Yeah, they did a lot of documentaries about Yellowstone, the history of it, and they even mentioned about the volcano, of course, that's been dormant. And they also mentioned about Mount Vesuvius in Italy that wiped out Pompeii and Herculaneum, and since Naples could be next in the part of our future, which gets me really worried. And they also mentioned about Krakatoa, Toba, San Andreas Fault, etc., of course. They even did documentaries about tsunamis and stuff, like the tsunami that happened in Japan back in 2011. That was terrible and scary. And there was also the tsunami from the earthquake off the coast of Sumatra that actually happened on my birthday back in 2004. And that was the tragic event, of course. And there's also, they were mentioning about the island, La Palma, of course. And they were talking about the Cumbre Vieja volcano. I believe I pronounced the name right. Yeah. And they also did some documentaries about Mount St. Helens, of course, in Washington State. And yeah, and everything else. But it would have been great if they actually do documentaries about other things. I don't know, but there was also a documentary called I Am Big Bird, the Carol Spinney story, and it's about Carol Spinney, the person who worked with Jim Henson, who played Big Bird on Sesame Street, and Oscar the Grouch, of course. And there's another one that was actually a Disney Plus original called Jim Henson, Idea Man, which I watched. Pretty good documentary because it's about Jim Henson on the ideas that he went throughout the years. Since he's the guy who did Kermit and Ernie, of course. And everything he's done. And it shows the Jim Henson Creature Shop in London and talking about his death, which is really sad, of course. But yeah, that's what documents and documentaries are. Things that they talked about and things they put down and stuff. They're pretty good, of course. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, send some comments, and hit the bell button for brand new videos, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everyone.